Podcast. I'm Louie, and as always, I'm joined by my bud Dave.
Hello everyone.
And we're also joined by a returning guest, our bud, Grimey, from the Leftover Pizza Podcast. What's up, Grimey?
What up, homies? Thanks for having me on again.
Of course.
It's a pleasure.
And, it's always a pleasure to have you on, Grimey.
Always a pleasure to be here.
So, about a year ago, almost to the date, you were on the show. I don't know
really?
if you know
Yeah,
that.
it's really close.
I think we're like a couple days shy.
Wow.
I think we recorded one episode, maybe like we could have probably timed it a little better, but I think you're like one episode behind it being a year to the date that you were on last time.
That's dope. So it's like a 1 year anniversary, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
The timing works out.
Hell yeah.
You know what fucked things up? We had a Valentine's Day show. That's what it was. We didn't do that last year. So Dave and I did a whole Valentine's Day episode. So that kind of, it's funny because when I was like pushing it out to like social media and stuff like that, I noticed like on Instagram, when you can check the date when you previously released something.
Yeah.
It's like the whatever archive. I forget what the hell it is. I'm terrible with social media. But yeah, so I shared the episode that Dave and I just recorded and released, and it said that the same day was the episode you were on. So I was like, damn, we should have just had Grimey on. It would have been literally one full year. But
Very
whatever.
nice.
You're here now.
We're here now,
so
buddy.
That's all that matters. But last time you were on, you didn't have a podcast to promote.
No, I didn't.
You've got a new podcast. How many episodes are you guys?
We
in now?
just did episode 8 on Sunday, I believe.
So tell us about Leftover Pizza Podcast. Tell us about it.
So Leftover Pizza Podcast, it's a new podcast. It's co-hosted by me and my buddy Derek Luganelli over at It's Dem Boys. Shout out to Derek. Basically, Leftover Pizza Podcast, it's anything that's like 80s, 90s, or early 2000s pop culture and nostalgia. Any of that stuff's fair game. Like I said, we just aired episode 8 on the Sunday the 20th, which also focused on discontinued junk food. Then the show before that, it was an arcade kind of show. We set it up like we were but we were making our own arcade. And we talked about what cabinets we would put in there and our personal experiences with them, where we played them first and so on and so forth. So that's the kind of stuff that we typically would like to be in when it comes to our podcast. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, be sure to check it out.
I did listen to the arcade episode. I didn't get to catch the new one, but I did listen to the previous one. That was a good concept for a podcast. I like that.
I appreciate that. I can't even lie. That was all Derek. Derek came up with the concept, and we just kind of ran with it.
Hey, man, you gotta work as a team. Come up with shit. Produce content together. You're still writing reviews too, right? For food and junk food and stuff.
So it's a funny story. I haven't written anything since Christmas. I've been really lazy. Right? Yeah, not too bad. But there is an awful lot of junk food out right now, and I've just been so lazy. And don't worry though, they're coming back. Probably starting with.
I have to say something.
What's that?
I have to say something. So, anytime I'm at my girlfriend's house and I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'll see your stories come up. And I'll be like, yo, Sheila, there's fucking Hostess cakes. I'm sorry, Little Debbie cakes, ice creams. And she'll be like, please don't tell me, because she's vegan. And that shit ain't vegan. So she's like, please don't. I don't need to know this. She goes, I'm really excited for you, but I don't need to know this. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm like, Grimey is the plug for all these things, because Little Debbie ice cream sounds fucking amazing. So I'm just happy to catch these little glimpses through your stories and shit. Because it's like, it gives me the know of what's out. Even though like I only get to get some of it. But
oh yeah, there's got to be some control for sure.
Dude, every October the last 2 years, I've had to reach out to Grime and go, yo, dude, what's the new shit that's coming out this year? Because I usually like when it comes to like junk food because I'm fucking trying to stay away from junk food for the most part.
Right.
And for my own well-being, I try not to, because I love that. I love cakes and candy and shit. So I just
hell yeah.
try not to know everything that's coming out. And I know Dave can attest. He's the same way. You're in the same boat, right, Dave?
I fucking love that. Wait. Hold on a second.
Yes.
I have said this numerous times. I've said it to Sheila. I've said it to many people. When I become an old man, I'm not talking about 30. I'm gonna be 39. I don't think that's old. When I'm like 75, I am exclusively only going to eat Little Debbie snack cakes. That's it. That is all that is. Listen,
put it in an IV and inject it into Dave's veins.
That is all I'm gonna eat. That's
Very
it.
nice.
Give me coffee. Give me Little Debbie snack cakes or Tasty cakes, and I'm good.
I'm behind you on that 100%, bro.
Yeah, it's the best.
All your nutrients are gonna come from high fructose
Swiss cake
corn,
rolls,
high fructose
Swiss cake
corn
rolls,
syrup, and a bunch of other shit.
mini donuts, the peanut butter wafers, all that shit.
And now that they got ice cream, they don't even have to liquefy the cake, man. They already got it.
I know. It's already done.
Yo, just pump it in the veins, like I said. That's what you guys are gonna have to do.
Boom.
Fuck insulin. You're just gonna be pumping the fucking full Hostess ding dong into your fucking bodies.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of junk food and things of that sort, we're going to be talking some Halloween junk food. So last time you were on, Grimey, we focused on discontinued Halloween junk food.
Right.
And looking back at it, I was like, we're not going to be able to go on with this, because I like to revisit this topic every year. And I'm like, if I want to keep revisiting it the next few years, there's no way we could just stick with discontinued Halloween junk food. So I thought I'd expand it to kind of just our favorite Halloween junk food. It can be discontinued. It can be foreign. It could be current. It could be coming soon. It could be a favorite and an all-time great to you personally. So I just kind of wanted to broaden things up so that we could have this conversation and have it more, because we always want to have you on, Grimey, whenever we talk junk food. That's it. You're the junk food man.
Thanks,
like
man. I appreciate that. So, I will wear that crown.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to have to get you a little pin every time you're on the show to wear. The junk food guy.
Yeah. I would, like I said, I will wear that crown, brother.
Crown. We're just going to get a name tag, everything. It's well deserved, Grimey. It's well deserved.
Thank you.
But yeah, let's jump into to some Halloween junk food. We're each going to pick one and go in depth. And Grimey, since you're our guest, hit us with your pick.
So my pick starts with a question.
Okay.
Do you guys remember ever getting like a can of soda or anything like that for trick or treat?
No.
Never?
I never. Top of my head.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got a can of soda.
But I can't recall.
Okay. So there was at least one, and I know of two for sure in my neighborhood back in the day, where there was an old lady who gave out full cans of soda or pop, soda pop, which one you say. I usually say soda, but anyhow.
Same. It's a regional thing.
Right, yeah. So this old lady gave out cans of soda, which kind of leads me into my pick here. Joan Soda, to be specific. You guys are pretty familiar with Jones, right?
Of course.
Okay. So I was pretty obsessed with Jones when I was a kid. Like, I think I found out about them when I was like 14, 15. Make a quick Sheets run, and they had, these 5 or 6 different random flavors of pop.
Yeah.
And, Jones Soda was up there, and you'd see that they had different flavors. They had like green apple, and they had what they call foo-foo berry. I have no fucking clue what foo-foo berry is, but they have it.
Foo-foo berry. I've never even heard of that, dude.
Oh, yeah, man. That was like a big Sheet staple for a while, foo-foo berry.
Oh no! I want to know what a fufu is. I want to know exactly. I want to know what fruit that is. A fufu berry.
Right? Doesn't it sound so happy? Like fufu.
It sounds like something that belongs in Willy Wonka's like chocolate factory.
And by the way, Sheetz is the fucking best. Sheetz is the king of road stop fucking coffee, junk food, all that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm all about a 3 a.m. Sheetz run. Like all about
it.
Sheets
but
for
yeah,
life.
so Joan Soda, they've had an even broader like spectrum of flavors than just stuff like that. And to like to mention this one here, I know our listeners probably can't see it, but this is a holiday pack from 2006 that I'm holding up in the camera.
Yo, dude, I'm so glad you mentioned that because I was gonna ask you about this one. I'm gonna shut up because I want you to continue, but I was gonna ask you about that because I heard about those flavors. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, man. So I'll read you some of the flavors here. We got turkey and gravy. We got sweet potatoes, dinner roll, pea, and antacid flavor. So you got all your dinner and you got the antacid at the end.
Dude, I'm so curious what the turkey and gravy soda tastes like. I cannot imagine. Well, have you tried them or no? You just collected?
No, man. So they did just bring it back this past year, the past Thanksgiving, and I think the Brock's candy corn, the turkey dinner candy corn, was like a big reason why they brought it back.
Yeah.
Like that did so well online, so it was a no-brainer to bring it back. But yeah, I've been holding on to this one. I bought this at Sheetz in 2006. Actually, my mother, she bought it for me as a present. And I've been holding on to it ever since. I couldn't fathom the idea of drinking it at that point in time in my life, but nowadays it's something that I would be more than happy to drink.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. But like this is the kind of stuff that they're typically known for is like the best way I can describe it is like the Jelly Belly of sodas. Like they've done all kinds of flavors, all kinds of weird ones.
Very good connection there. Yes.
Why, thank you. So, and little side thing here, I've had this thing sealed since 2006. Half of me wants to keep it. The other half of me wants to like send it to the LA Beast to have him drink it on YouTube for us.
Oh, all right. That dude, yeah, they'll do that. That dude drinks some nasty shit, man.
For sure.
Dave, have you heard of this? That guy, he'll drink like
No.
He drank like an Ecto Cooler. I think that's how I came across him. He drank an Ecto Cooler from the original run.
Like the 80s.
It was like black tar, and he drank it. Oh, gross.
So gross.
Did he get sick?
I don't remember.
I mean, he like throws up violently in like every one of his videos. So like, more than likely, it's one of them kind of things. But it's so entertaining.
He's definitely getting those views by doing that shit, man.
Oh yeah,
bananas.
Yeah. But anyway, so Joan Soda, they've had like a crazy amount of flavors, but some of the coolest ones that they've had for me, anyways, are like their Halloween ones. And I'd like to focus on a specific year. Now they've had sodas from like 2005. I think that was the first time they did them, all the way up to 2013 or 14. I'm not sure exactly which ones. And I know that they do only certain flavors in cans and other flavors in bottles. I'll be focusing on these little 8-ounce cans. And the ones we'll be talking about are from 2013. The flavors included blood orange, red licorice, candy corn. Candy corn was like a reoccurring one. They seem to have candy corn every single year. And then finally there was caramel apple. Now I got these for myself, like just to drink and hand out. I was obviously too old at 2013 to go out and trick or treat and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. But I did hand out and I did drink some of them for myself. Specifically, I love the red licorice one. Oh man, it's like it's legit red vines in liquid form in a can, and if they could make it a permanent flavor, I'd be all for it. So, what do I love about these cans? I want to start with the artwork here. Have you guys ever seen these cans before?
I have memories. I have memories of these cans, but I want you to finish.
Yeah, I think I've seen them through you.
Before I go into it.
Okay, so the blood orange one was fronted by a vampire. Red licorice was fronted by Frankenstein. The candy corn was a werewolf, and caramel apple was like a zombie. So let me just get the pictures here really quick. And they're kind of like, they're all kind of cartoony. They're like crudely drawn. You can tell like someone probably just did like a quick little scribble around with like a Sharpie or something, and then just added some color and some highlights. But the way that the colors pop off of these cans is just fucking beautiful. Like the red licorice one, it's a red can, but then you have this like really nice looking green you have this nice looking green Frankenstein like kind of popping off of it, and he's got all these nice little details. He's got like the scars and the stitching, and you can see his little electrodes on the sides of his neck. They're all really, really cartoony. The zombie for the caramel apple, half of the face is kind of melted away, his eyeballs hanging out, and his face, you could tell like the skin's kind of rotted and like warped a little bit. Then you got the blood orange vampire. He's just this purple vampire, and you can see like blood dripping off of his lips.
I'm looking at them now. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, the only one
they're like little heads, right?
Yeah,
they're
just
a head, basically.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about those. How they were just heads. It's funny. There's a connection sort of to these Joan Sodas and our last episode. So what I vividly remember about these sodas is they came out the same year that the Monster cereals released the 2 extra cereals.
Right.
That was the last time they did that. And it's funny because that was my pick that last episode were on.
Very nice.
And I vividly remember that Halloween. I felt like they had way more like in Target, they had way more shit that year. Because of the Monster cereals, because of the Joan Sodas. There was something else that year that was really popular. I think that might have been towards the end of like Goulad's run of being really sugary before
everything changed over.
Isn't it like less sugar now or something, the Goulet, the last few years?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yep. And they started to put it in like jammer form and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I remember that being the last year where that type of shit was going on. But I will agree, though, dude, these cans, have they brought them back since? No, right?
No, not since 2014 at least. Now, they still, like I said, they still put it in like, and I don't know which flavors they do, but they do put them in bottles yet. Probably not any of these. Maybe the candy corn, because that's like a given. You have to have candy corn on Halloween. But as far as I know, these little 8-ounce cans haven't come back yet. And it's a fucking bummer because, man, they're like, if you're awesome. Handing out like these little 8-ounce cans, they're perfect. Like when I first got my cans from like way back when, it was a full-size can. You can't fucking carry that shit around in your pillowcase for very long before you're like, all right, I'm tired, I'm done.
It's going to be weighing you down the whole night. You don't want to carry that around.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, I remember buying these things. I remember buying a couple. So 2013, we were adults already. But I remember going to Target and buying like two sets of each flavor and like pounding them down like on the weekends. I wasn't trying to drink too much sugar because I don't drink a lot of soda, but it's Halloween. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a Halloween item. I have to drink it. So I just remember because they were easy to drink, but they tasted so good. And I remember really liking all 4 of them. But my favorite had to have been the apple one. It was weird, but I enjoyed it.
Oh no, that's good. It was
candy,
good.
It's caramel. It's a caramel candy apple. You said, right? If I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a caramel apple, dude. I remember that one really, really good. And I like candy corn flavored things.
Same.
Me too.
Even though it's like
I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yeah. Yep. we all like candy corn flavored shit. Yeah. So. It's funny though because I don't do you remember if that soda tasted like candy corn? Because it's a hit or miss sometimes with candy corn flavored shit.
Right. So like to me, it was kind of erring on the side of miss more than hit. Like it was okay, but it was I don't know. And maybe it was just because the other 3 flavors were like right up my alley. Yeah.
Funny enough,
I want to say something. I would like to add something to this.
Okay.
So. This is going to touch back to what we're talking about, the candy corn soda. This past Halloween season, Grimey posted a picture of the Sheetz brand pumpkin pie soda.
Which we reviewed.
So, Right. So this is what I want to say. I think a lot of these soda companies use cream soda as a base for these kind of sodas. So yes. I bet you that shit is used in the candy corn one and in the pumpkin one because it makes sense and it does. They all taste similar to cream soda in some sort of way.
Straight up.
That's my 2 cents.
but the weird shit, the weird shit with candy corn is like how it like. We've talked about candy corn numerous times, Dave, on the show, but how do you pinpoint that flavor? To me, it's like sugary wax. Like, how do you...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think you just did that. I think you just pinpointed it.
How do you how do you extract that and put it into a soda? Like a pumpkin pie, red licorice, candy apple, those are like really pungent taste that I like that, but like candy corn...
So candy corn, candy corn is one of them things, like, it is hard to pinpoint, and it's mainly just because it's so simple. Like, candy corn, and you really break it down, it's basically just solidified vanilla icing. Yeah. That's all it is. That's really that is pretty much all it is.
That's kind of what it is, you're right.
It's really easy. If you don't have a candy corn right in front of you, like the actual candy, it's more about the texture experience rather than the flavor itself, in my opinion. Like, you can't make that happen in a soda, which is why I think it's like really hard to get that flavor to it. Because, I mean, you put vanilla in anything, you just taste vanilla. You know, it doesn't tell you this is candy corn.
Yeah, it's and a lot of people don't like candy corn. So if you show them a candy corn soda or candy corn cake or pastry, they're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Even though it probably more than likely the whatever it is, the pastry or soda or whatever, cookie, it's not gonna taste like the actual. It's not gonna taste like actual candy corn. So according to me, every time I've tasted something that's supposed to taste like it, it usually doesn't taste like it. It's just really sweet, and unless they stick candy corn on it, which I like my candy corn alone. I don't like when they add it to fucking cupcakes and shit. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Grimey? Do you like candy corn?
Oh fuck yeah! I always have to have a bowl of it sitting out somewhere during Halloween, and it's always gone. Like I go through at least 2 bags at least.
Yeah, I never understood people's hatred for candy corn.
I'm telling you,
we've talked about it before. Yeah,
that's what it is. It's the texture.
Grimey, I have a question for you.
What's that?
And Dave, if you can come up with something, is there a flavor you would like Jones to come up with and create? Like, is there a soda you like? It doesn't have to be Halloween, even if it's not Halloween related. If it's Halloween related, obviously that'd be great. But if it's not, is there a flavor you like wish they'd come up with or create or something like that? Because they do everything.
I wish they could come up with. So, yeah, they really have. It's just really hard to say.
Turkey, come on.
Many.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's not a Christmas tree flavored soda.
I can answer
there
this
is
right
a Christmas tree flavored one.
What? There is?
It is just called Christmas tree. I don't know what the flavor is. It's just Christmas tree, though.
Dude, that must taste like a fucking pine candle. That's what I'm imagining.
I'm assuming so, but I could be wrong.
Christmas tree would taste like. Dave, what's the flavor you came up with?
So it's already made, and it's because I found out again through our fucking junk food plug right here.
Yeah, buddy.
And which he was kind enough to send 2 bottles of. And send you a battle troll figure. If I'm butchering, I'm pretty sure that's a battle troll figure.
Yes,
it is. Thank you, Brandon.
I had no idea there was. I consider funfetti and birthday cake the same thing.
Yeah.
So even though I guess technically it may not be, but I'm just gonna go with this. And there's birthday cake soda. And Grimey, of course, was the one that told me about it and was kind enough to send 2 bottles. I have not tried it yet. I'm literally saving it for my birthday. So, I cannot wait to try it. So, the soda that I wanted did exist, and I know about it because of our friend right here.
Yeah. And everybody, make sure you're wishing Dave a happy birthday.
There you go. Happy early birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sure.
I'm trying to think if there's a flavor. I'm sure if there's a flavor I think of, they probably would have created it, like a chocolate cake or a brownie. I'm sure.
Right.
I feel hold on. I got one for you. What about Castro smoke flavor?
Oh God, that would taste like ashes, and that would taste like Brooklyn smog and cigarette ash butts. That's what Castro Smoke flavored. That's an in joke, by the way. I don't think anybody that listens to our show is gonna know what we're talking about. But it would that's exactly what it tastes like: smog, a dirty ass Brooklyn street, and cigarette butts.
Okay.
Yeah, but a brownie.
Sounds delicious.
Brownie. It sounds delicious, right? Grimey's like, yo, if they bottled that and sold it as a Jones flavor, I'd try it. I'm too.
On it.
But yeah, a brownie. I feel because I feel like a chocolate soda
that might be
is
good.
underrated. There's not enough chocolate. I know it exists. There are chocolate sodas, but there aren't a lot of them. They're not easy to come by. You take the double fudge diet and shit like that, which does not taste good to me, at least. That's my opinion. But you don't see a lot of chocolate soda, so I feel like Jones would craft a really good like brownie flavored soda or some shit. You know, sprinkle some orange and black sprinkles on top of it, and there'll be a Halloween brownie technically, and throw that on the label as well. But that was definitely a good pick, Grimey. That was a good pick,
man. And I know that there's like. There isn't very many Halloween sodas, so that's like my big beef with it is I think they should make more Halloween sodas for Halloween. I know that we have our reoccurring voodoo from Mountain Dew now, which is always appreciated. Like that's really cool when that starts coming around in like early June or July, and we start seeing pictures of it. But yeah, it takes a company like Jones to keep it interesting. Yeah. And if we could get more Halloween sodas, that'd be great.
Cream filling. Now that's the stuff for the Hostess.
All right, guys. So my pick are the Hostess Scary Cakes, which have several names throughout the years, but more recently, I feel like they kind of are sticking with the whole Scary Cakes name. So. Personally, I feel like I've been seeing these Hostess Halloween cakes, I'll just call them the general Halloween cake, my entire life. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Have you been seeing these cakes like since you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hell, like, there was one out last year, too.
Yeah, like, I was trying to find an exact date, and I couldn't locate it, but I'm pretty sure it's just there. So, you know what? I have a little breakdown of what exactly the scary cake is. So... the scary cake is, and it's been pretty consistent throughout the years, it's usually a chocolate cake with an orange frosting and a top, like the orange frosting top, and the standard, and this is, I believe, more recent, and Grimey, you could probably fill me in on this fact, but the Scream filling, which is a cream filling, that's either vanilla or marshmallow flavored. I feel like Hostess never tells you what flavor their creams are supposed to be.
Right. I'm going to chalk it up to just being marshmallow flavored, honestly. It just sounds more appealing.
That's what I always took it as, is marshmallow flavored cream filling.
Sure.
So just something to add to this. You had asked, like, do you guys remember seeing these as kids and stuff? And I feel, minus any kind of home-baked cake, cookie, whatever... that you'd see at a Halloween, you know, like at a party for school and whatnot. I feel like the norm for whatever cakes that were bought in store were usually these Hostess cakes and the Entenmann's ones that were just the orange frosting with the candy corn on the top.
Yeah.
The Hostess, that Hostess, Entenmann's doing little effort in putting in. they just
and
put
there's
candy corn.
a company that does do. I would say it's more so. No, they do the Halloween. What is their version of Munchkins called? Pop-Ums. They do their own little Halloween version of the Pop-Ums, but they don't do really Halloween stuff. It's usually fall theme.
Yeah, they got like their spiced apples and your pumpkin spices.
But Hostess, again, throughout the years, this cake is come in different forms. But again, it's basically the same concept. Chocolate cake again, orange frosting. The only thing that's changed throughout the years is what's on top of the orange frosting. And they've had sprinkles, autumn-colored sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles. But more recently, they've got a little lazy with them, I feel. And it's just like that really lame, generic chocolate swirl on top of the actual pastry, on top of the cupcake. Now, I'll be honest. This is a confession right now. I don't really buy these at all when October comes around.
But I respect the hell out of them.
Right.
So do I. And I've got I just kind of get really nostalgic anytime I see them. And the reason why I don't buy them is because of how generic they kind of are now. I feel like when you're 6, you can eat the hell out of those. But when you're 35, eating a bunch of those is probably not the best thing you should be doing. You shouldn't be doing that, I think. But what always stood out to me, and even throughout the years seeing them on shelves, is always the box art and how they tried to change up the box art from year to year and even change the name of the actual cake from time to time. Because, and Grimey, I think you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but the chocolate cupcake, they have that all the time.
Oh yeah,
it's Hostess.
Yeah.
Oh, it's. Yes. I'll be honest. I don't remember what the color of the frosting is normally. Is it a vanilla frosting? I couldn't even tell you. Or is it just a chocolate frosting? Like, what's the normal?
So the normal one's basically just a chocolate frosting.
So yeah, so they just kind of repurposed their normal cupcake.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
With just dye and different colors.
Yeah, like last year we had what was it? The Ghost White Ding Dongs.
Yes.
With scream filling, that classic.
Yeah.
And
it's just scream filling is the one consistent thing, like recently throughout the years.
Yeah, and this is just the same cake they always had, just repurposed, repackaged differently.
Yeah. And that's what I want to focus on, because it's really vivid to me seeing these things. I remember them having their own little standee kind of shelf thing, and they'd pack them in there, you see them. And I have a list of some of the different iterations of the scary cake, the Halloween cupcake from Hostess. And I have it's kind of a list here, and I describe each one. So I want you guys, if you guys remember these, let me know. So
will do.
Like I was saying, recently it was a little lackluster. The box art is kind of just the cake with spooky font and a foggy backdrop, which includes like creepy branches, a full moon, and fog. But that's all. That's all the more recent versions of the scary cake is. It's a little lazy. It almost looks like a screensaver or the back of like the wallpaper on your computer.
I'm still into it.
I still appreciate it.
Unfortunately for me, I'm in the same case there. Like that, it's enough for me. It's just like Snickers bars and like Kit Kats and stuff, and like that's the joy. That's for me. That's the joy of Halloween candy and stuff. Is like you can repurpose this Snickers bar. Just put a fucking bat on it, and it's like, well, now I need about 20 of those, and I need 17 of these pumpkin Reese's. Like. No, it's so simple.
It's true.
It is true. Listen, I appreciate it too. Don't get me wrong, but as I go down my list here in some of the box art and when they differentiate it from year to year, they were much cooler back then. That's the current version of the scary cake. Now, I don't know what year this was. I think it might have been maybe 2013, a similar time around when the sodas you talked about, the Joan Sodas you talked about came out. They had a version of the scary cake where the box art was this autumn-themed jack-o'-lantern skeleton just kind of sitting there with the spooky font. I dig that. I dig that design a little bit more than what we currently have being pushed out from Hostess. It's not that spooky, not that creepy, but I can appreciate the fact that they stuck a jack-o'-lantern on the actual box art.
Yeah, it's a nice simple move.
Like it's cool. I wish they would honestly. I'd rather them bring that design back. Do you remember that one, Grimey? Do you remember that art?
I'm actually looking for it right now.
We're both looking it up right now.
Well, why do you guys? Do you remember it?
Is this? Did you say it was a jack-o'-lantern or was it a scarecrow?
Well, it's a scarecrow jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, so
it's that one.
Okay,
yes,
yeah. Okay.
So that one was the design before the current version.
Okay.
And I prefer that one because I like the little jack-o'-lantern skeleton man. I just prefer him on the box.
Yeah, he's nice. He's got that kind of like early 2000s clip art thing going on with him. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Computer lab clip art.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I'm not shitting on the new version. I don't want you guys to think that. It's just more so looks like the cupcakes are sitting in like a void in the new version, whereas this one it has a little more personality. Plus, these scary cakes, the actual cake have the autumn colored sprinkles like I talked about, like I mentioned earlier.
Right. Yeah,
so now we're gonna get to. Yeah, it is a little different, and I think I also prefer the scary cake with the sprinkles over the generic
swirl.
100%
swirl.
I have to say one thing before you move on. Have you? I don't know if you saw this while you were just looking this up, but did you see the 2000 Scary Cakes box? It's got a fucking Grim Reaper on it.
Oh, don't talk about it. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to that one, Dave.
Okay.
I'm getting to it.
I was like, wait a minute. This is his. This is
So
my man Lou. Okay, go.
You mentioned it. You mentioned dude. I have a whole list here of them. So you mentioned 2004. 2004, around that time.
Yeah.
And that one, I think, was the last time these cakes had probably the like sickest or one of the sickest versions of the cake, not the scary cakes. So the one you're talking about, because there's two versions with monsters on them.
Yes.
I don't know what version you were looking at, Dave. But the first version I'm talking about has like an animated Frankenstein, female vampire, werewolf, and Grim Reaper.
Yes.
Right? And there's bats, a moon, and like an orange glow behind them.
Oh, yeah. And the font. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I do like how they're all kind of like they all look really excited looking at the scary cakes. They really want to.
I would be too.
They really want. I think the female vampire's eating one. If you look closely, you can see she's like munching on one.
There's a box going on for $10 on eBay. Grimey, I think you should buy it.
It's tempting. It is very tempting.
Grimey, go right now on eBay and
trust me. As soon as you told me you were picking these, like I went straight to eBay and was looking at all the packaging. We'll get to that in a little bit here.
Yeah. I just appreciate that they also had a few jack-o'-lanterns on the design too, because I feel like jack-o'-lanterns really cement this being a Halloween item. Mm-hmm. And sometimes some of these junk food items forget to put jack-o'-lanterns on the box art. Fucking weird move. Like they say, you focus on the horror aspect of Halloween, forgetting about the most important thing, the jack-o'-lantern. So I feel like adding that to any type of food during the month of October is very important.
Yeah, man. I really love the font on these, by the way. Like, I just really love how it starts out on the top with like that nice neon green and melts into that lighter yellow color, and then the font itself is kind of reminiscent of that like Tales from the Crypt kind of style, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
The like pointy evil, like I don't know how to describe it, but Tales from the Crypt is a good way of describing them, like you just said.
What's up next?
Before that, I couldn't get a date on these, but I remember seeing these as well, and I think these are the late '90s or mid '90s. I remember seeing all of these, but at one point they were called the Hostess Monster Cakes before they jumped into Scary Cakes, Monster Cakes. Mm-hmm. And if you guys look this up now, I think I did send it to you guys. The Monster Cakes also had a witch. They had a witch, a mummy, a ghost, a jack-o'-lantern, right?
Yep.
But these look like they're airbrush.
Yeah.
Like they belong, like Dave said in the past, they belong on the side of a van, like airbrushed onto a van. That's what they look like. And there's again a full moon and bats. I remember seeing these clear as day. And you know what else I love about this version of the scary cakes, the monster cakes? There's a fun jack-o'-lantern design on the back where you can cut it out and I guess put it on your pumpkin. Awesome. And I love how they added that in because I feel like they don't do that either.
Nah, man, not at all.
To stop doing that. I guess kids don't give a shit about being creative anymore in 2022. So like kids just don't care like nowadays.
It's either that or it's like, well, I have an iPad here. I can just look something up really quick and just throw it on a pumpkin and chisel it out myself. And yeah, the creativity's all in the iPad now, bro.
Dude, when you look at the back too, like I'm gonna read like this first line.
It's amazing.
Here. Dude, it's great. Look what this says. The bewitching night is almost here, a goblin's favorite time of year, when frightful creatures roam the streets in search of some tasty trick-or-treaters, or trick-or-treats, I think is what it says. It's really small, the font. But still, that's amazing. There's like a little poem on the back of the fucking packaging. Dude, what, like, come on, Hostess, they should bring these fucking back, dude. I love the airbrush look of the monsters. They look fucking great.
And you have to take note of that, like... You have to take note of that atmosphere that they added in the background, too. Like, is it fucking weird to say that a cupcake box is atmospheric? Because this one is.
I want to buy this box. I, like, legitimately want to go buy this box right now.
Snipe it.
Dude, if I could buy this box, and I should look on eBay. I'd frame this shit. I'd frame that shit, or get a really high-res scan of the cover, the front part, not the back. Even the back's fucking awesome. And just frame it. It looks fucking awesome. And I love that there's small jack-o'-lanterns on the back side of it as well.
Hell yeah.
One of the jack-o'-lanterns has like a mustache or something. It's a little weird.
It is pretty weird.
Oh yeah, he does have a mustache. Dude, I just noticed that. That's amazing. He has a small tiny mustache.
It's a little bizarre.
Yeah, he's got like the opposite Hitler mustache going on. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's fucking strange.
Is that like the John Davis? Really weird. The John Davis mustache.
Yeah. The Jonathan Davis mustache. That's amazing. That's exactly what it looks like. I also like how Hostess, they're like fonts in green, orange, and white. Mm-hmm. I don't think the new scary cakes is just the normal blue, red, and white.
Listen,
it's lame.
Let me say something. This back. There was probably at the time, and I honestly, I wholeheartedly I believe what I'm saying right here. The person that was probably in charge of the branding for this was probably very into the holiday. And you know what I'm saying? And whoever's doing it now may not be, or is just lazy. But there was definitely much more effort put into it than it is now. Listen, like Grimey and I were saying, you could just slap a fucking spider web on something and you know, that's cool with me. But this is like next level. Like, yo, we're going to get some airbrush creatures and shit. Put a cool atmosphere on the background. Like, there was definitely love put into that design.
For sure.
Someone sat there and painted this. This is not some shitty Photoshop copy and paste fucking design. Like, this is fucking glorious when you look at it. This is fucking gold.
Yeah.
I love the witch's face. Look at how happy she looks looking at the cupcake. She looks really excited. All four of them look fucking stoked that this majestic cupcake is right in front of them with its chocolatey sprinkles and delicious scream filling. This is before they adopted the whole scream filling, though. There's no scream. This is just regular plain cream filling in this cupcake. So, but yeah, this is king shit right here when it comes to cupcake Hostess designs. There's nothing else touching this. Even my next one, which I really like, the next one I'm about to get into, which was a tie-in to a very popular show that is associated with Halloween. So my next favorite design is the year, and I believe this was early 90s, because I remember seeing this as well on the. I vividly remember this. And there's one other cupcake I want to talk about after we're done talking about these Halloween cupcakes. I want to know if you guys remember it. But my last pick here in the Scary Cake saga, I guess is what you could call it, is when they rebranded them the Munster Pack.
Oh yeah,
which doesn't roll off the tongue. Munster Pack. Why not just Munster Cakes? I don't, I guess Monster Cakes. And on this cake, on this art, I mean, there's a lot of green and orange.
Yep.
And you've got this wonderful kind of Universal Monsters type font.
Yep. And you know, I'm really glad you said Universal Monsters, because like when you're looking at this thing, the artwork and everything is just very Universal Monsters, like very reminiscent of that Pepsi Frito-Lay, that like menage a trois they had back in the day. Just like with the standees, the artwork, man, this screams that.
Dude, and with this one, similar to the previous monster cakes, this art looks fucking great too.
Oh yeah.
Like it looks almost, I don't know if this is airbrushed. This looks more like maybe it was painted. But you've got Herman there, you've got Grandpa, you've got Lily, and you've got Eddie Munster, all looking very excited as well, looking at the cake in front of them. The only issue I have with this is where the fuck is Marilyn? They fucking played Marilyn Munster. Why? Because she's not ugly or a monster, I guess? That's so odd.
Well, they needed to save room for the free mask thing on the top right corner there.
Yeah. Dude, it's horrible, though. I remember I was like, yo, dude, just because Marilyn isn't actually a monster, they excluded it from this packaging. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. That's horrible.
Did Marilyn wrong.
They did her dirty. But yeah, speaking of cutouts, like you just mentioned, there's a free mask of Grandpa Munster.
Hell yeah.
In the back, like on the back of it, and it even says, "Turn your kid into a little monster." And you got it there. You can. It's like a half mask with. It's basically his brow, Grandpa Munster's brow.
You know, it's funny. You're looking at that one. I'm looking at one that has Herman Munster.
Yeah, they had. I was about to say that. There's different versions. There's different characters on the back.
That's cool.
It's almost like a trading card in a way, where you had like, and then it has little stats.
Yeah, we need that shit back.
Yeah, dude. It's weird that they're not doing this anymore. But like, if you look at the bottom, and I think the one you're looking at, Dave, probably has it as well. I'm pretty sure it does. But there's like little stats. It says vitals. Grandpa, real name Count Dracula. He's 378 years old. old country Transylvania. Sick. It's fucking sick. And just, I love the little orange kind of slime deal there on the side. Dude, I just wish, like, looking back at this, and I know you guys, again, you appreciate the new scary cakes, the Hostess scary cakes, and the more minimalist design, but you gotta admit, the monster cake version and Munster pack, this art is fucking sick, dude.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I agree.
Yep, like you said,
it blows that shit, the new shit out of the water.
Yeah, like you said, they've done so many of these cakes, and like, but this one here, for me personally, this is the one that did it for me. This is like straight from 1992. You know, this is just beautiful in every way. So two things. These particular ones, I'm surprised, can be found on eBay like really, really easy. There's a fuck ton of them listed right now. Right now, there's a listing for 3 sealed boxes. They have completely different, the different masks on the back. So each one of them has a different one. What is it? $116.95 shipped right now.
There you go.
Okay, and then
if you need a Munster pack.
And then there's another listing for a display piece that's signed by Al Lewis.
Oh, wow.
$1,500 for buy it now, just in case anyone's interested.
That's fucking cool, dude, that they have a display case.
Yeah, dude.
I remember the display case. I remember seeing them all packed in, and I remember buying these. Like, I remember getting these and the monster ones, too, the monster cakes. I remember seeing these vividly. But, yeah, dude, I don't understand why. And, Dave, you make a point. Maybe the person that was involved at Hostess at the time just put a lot of effort into these Hostess
That's what
cakes.
Makes sense to me, but, you know, who knows?
No, you're probably right. The marketing team, I'm sure, from 1991 to 2022 is completely different. People are running Hostess. You know, you even look at the Hostess logo itself. It looks completely different than it does now.
Yeah, I think it's a combination between that and like how easy is it to just slap a bat on it? You know, it doesn't take more than 2 seconds to just a quick atmospheric background and then a bat or like a silhouette of a witch or something. Like, it's just really, really easy, as I think the thing is. And like, if you don't have the passion, you're not going to put the work into it.
Exactly. And it's cool. And it's cool because this is like an intellectual property that Hostess teamed up with. They teamed up with Universal. I think Universal, if I remember correctly, owns the Munsters the rights to them.
Yeah.
And they were able to create this really cool packaging. And honestly, dude, the cupcake is the same cupcake as the monster cakes. It's the same exact sprinkles, but like the fact that they were able to just base this entire packaging around this, usual, it's not an odd or different version of the cupcake, but just the same cupcake with the monsters is fucking amazing. And they should do that again. I just, you know what? I get it. You're not going to get as intricate with the cover, maybe, or the I keep calling it the art cover, whatever. I'm treating it like an album, but the the art on the top on the cupcake, it's like you can get a little more creative. You can do something to spruce it up. Because I feel like the scary cakes have not been as eye catching the last few years as some of the older ones. Even that scarecrow one I mentioned earlier to you guys with the jack-o'-lantern head. That was cool. It was different. So change it up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe last year I just didn't pay attention to the scary cakes and didn't notice them, and maybe they did alter it. But to my knowledge, it's been the pretty basic art the last few years for
very, very basic
these cakes. Now there's one thing I want to ask you guys, and I want to know if you guys remember these cakes. Now there was a cake. This has nothing to do with Halloween. This is a quick tangent.
Okay.
But these cakes were I believe a bear was the mascot, and the cakes looked like someone had already bitten into them.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you guys remember these cakes?
Of course. I forgot about them up until right now. Yes.
Dude, I've been trying to locate, like, just to see an image of them, just the art, the box art, because I never see anyone, fucking nostalgia is real high now.
I would ask my mom to buy them. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
and it might have been a bear or a wolf or it was some sort of animal, some mammal.
Yep.
And the cakes looked like they were bit into already. It was a chocolate cupcake, I believe, if I remember correctly. And
I know what you're talking about. Is it fucking grizzly chomps?
Is that what they are?
Yes.
There you go. Yes. Grimey, that's why we have to talk to you, dude. Wait, are you not a fan of those?
Wait a minute. No. Totally, man. The one ad they have for him is like this the bear, and he's wearing like a pink fucking Hawaiian button-up shirt, and it's got these palm tree imprints on it. Yeah, it's a fucking beautiful, beautiful thing, man.
I'm so glad you knew what we were talking about, because, dude, I was Googling. I was like, cupcake that has bite in it, pre-bit cupcake. Nothing was popping up, so now I'd have to Google grizzly chomps to take a look, because, dude, I never see anyone, share on Instagram pictures of those cupcakes or images or the mascot. No one ever talks about them. So I'm glad you brought to light the cake. And now I have to look on YouTube and find the commercial.
Oh, dude, there's a commercial and everything for them.
I'm going to have to look it up and look up some images of the art just to
they even
feel
did
all warm and fuzzy inside.
They even did a hat. They did this hat that has like a bite out of the bill. You'll have to check it out.
That's amazing.
Really sick.
Dude, really I might have to look on eBay for that one. I might have to buy that, shell out some dough, and buy that fucking hat. Dave, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to add back to one of the I guess it was the monster cakes with the airbrush like artwork.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ed Repka. He did a lot of death metal album covers in the 80s. Mostly, I mean, I would say most famously probably all the Death album covers.
Yeah.
So it has that kind of feel to it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just to touch back on it, just came into my head. I was just like, let me just... Yeah.
It's definitely airbrush looking. That's more so than the Munster ones. Even when you look at the Munster look more like the Munster images look more like, I don't know if you guys know Basil Gogo. He's like a notorious like artist that a lot of Universal Monster paintings and shit like that. That's kind of what it looks like. It's either Basil Gogo or Gogo Basil. I forget. It's either way is how you pronounce his name. But yeah, that's what the Munster pack art looks like a little bit. And then I totally agree, Dave, with you. That's what the monster cakes look like. It does look like it belongs on a Death album cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very metal, very moody.
Hostess has to step it up, man, and just kind of, just like Joan Soda, just has to step it up.
Hell yeah.
And just kind of get a little more creative.
Yo, honestly, all they have to do is just do like a retro box and just fucking put out the Monster Cakes one.
That's it.
I'm sure they still have the template.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could still just pull it out and fucking record it. Record it. Pull out and print it.
Dude, I'm sure if they fucking re-release this exact like box cover, we would all fucking buy like 3 of them.
I would willing to buy a box on eBay right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, they should just bring it back, man.
This time, if the cream's on my side of the Oreo, you're gonna marry Emily Fletcher. If it's on my side, you're gonna marry Laura Fisher. All right. Twist. Both sides. Bachelor. All right. Yeah, cool. Twist it again. That's practice.
Oreo, unlock the magic.
So my pick is Nabisco's Halloween Oreos. But before I get into them, I'm just speaking on Oreos themselves. I don't think you can name many that don't enjoy them. They just happen to be accidentally vegan, and they have a lot of flavors. The first Oreo was sold on April 17th, 1912, and obviously, if you listen to this podcast, I'm jumping the timeline to April 23rd, 1991, which was when the first Halloween Oreos were introduced. I thought that was interesting, by the way. When I was looking up the timeline, I saw a whole bunch of... There's a literal timeline someone mapped out, and I was like, okay, cool. 1991.
Yeah. Nice.
So, in my honest and humble opinion, the Halloween Oreo is the superior Oreo, with many flavors ranging from birthday cake, and I fucking love anything birthday cake or funfetti, and I know Grimey can attest to this, because he is a huge fan. Mm-hmm. Toffee Crunch, which is also great. Peanut butter pie to fucking lemon. Oreo has you covered. And this is just a few. Like, literally, there's so many different flavors. Sometimes they're just like, but, you know, there's some really good flavors out there.
Absolutely.
If you were to ask any Halloween enthusiast, they are going to tell you the Halloween Oreos are the best tasting. And honestly, there is no special ingredient that diverges from the regular Oreo. And only that, it's definitely double stuffed. Whether Oreo says it is or isn't. And that the cream is orange. Of course, the cookie part has cute little Halloween shit on them, and that's cool, but as long as that black and orange combo is there, I am all in.
It is the perfect cookie for Halloween. Like, the color of... The fact that it's orange and black, it's like the perfect... Just the perfect contrast. Like, it basically is the color of the holiday, so... It's weird that they took so long. It's weird that they took so long to create a Halloween Oreo. Crazy.
Right. It goes back to the simplicity like Grimey and I were talking about. If you just slap a fucking bat on a fucking package, it's gonna sell you. Especially if you love Halloween, it's gonna sell you. So, seeing the first display or end cap of Halloween Oreos out in the supermarket is a comforting sign. We all know.
Yes, definitely.
We all know Halloween is coming, and we better get ready for these sugar blasted treasures. No matter what, there is always a package of Halloween Oreos in my house from the middle of September and all throughout October, even onward. I still have an unopened, I'm not lying, I still have an unopened package in the snack drawer in my house.
Oh, don't feel bad. I have so many unopened packages of Oreos here. No biggie, bro.
Yep. It's and they have a pretty long shelf life, so
yeah.
Oh, you put them bitches in the freezer, they'll last as long as you leave them in there.
Oh, I never thought of that. I have to do that.
Damn, there you go, Dave. Now you know what you have to do.
Maybe it's some sort of placebo effect, but Halloween Oreos are just supreme. I've mentioned this to our bud Emily a few years ago, and she may have had the best answer as to why they are better than all the Oreos. And she simply put, they are made with magic.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, actually, I was going to say
difference.
That. Right. And I was going to say that there's like, it has to be like that orange cream, you know, that like color, it just plays tricks on your minds. You're expecting it to taste like something other than a regular Oreo, but then like, you're not disappointed when you bite into it, you know, like even if it just tastes like an Oreo, it's good. It's going to be good. But like it does something to your brain. I'm telling you, just seeing that different color.
Absolutely.
The funny thing about the Halloween Oreo too, it's the first thing you see on the racks.
Oh,
like in
yeah.
August,
Yep.
you start seeing the
100%.
Halloween Oreos. That's like the
It's
first
sometimes-
It's a comforting
sign.
sight.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's the
like
first sign
late
of
July,
Halloween.
you'll see it.
Yeah, it's like that one box made its way through the rest of the shit, and it was
yeah.
put up on like the next to the school supplies at Target. They have the Halloween Oreos.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like, you know, they have all the little cute designs on the. And I don't even care about that. Just give me, just as long as it's an orange and black combination, that's all I care about. You know, and the packaging is simple. What does it say? Boo, or it says like boo on the packaging, or it just says, you know, there's like little fucking clip art, you know, simple clip art thrown on the packaging. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
Because for in simplest form, these cookies are everything Halloween, and it's just amazing how minimal it is that they and how minimal it's portrayed, how minimal it's just everything about it is just perfect. And I do want to talk about something else. There's a lot. You get your bootleg Halloween Oreos. So you got.
Oh my god!
So you got the Wegmans ones, which are amazing. Wegmans ones are really fucking good. And then this is why from now on, Grimey is now just the plug, the junk food plug, because
I know where you're going with this.
He's the connect.
I found out
the junk food
about
connect.
I found out about the Halloween cream cookies from Aldi.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yo.
yeah, I've had those before. Those are good.
So now, correct me if I'm wrong, Grimey. These are the ones that have the pumpkin faces, right?
Oh yeah.
Don't these have the?
Dude. Yep. And
So
I
it's
was
like a
really hoping
pumpkin
you were going to
face.
bring them up.
Yes. So the pumpkin face has like the eyes, the eyelets, and the mouth. So it's not like it's just drawn on, or, you know, like a design in the cookie. You could see
Right.
the cream through the eyes and everything.
Yep.
In the mouth. So these are really good. I bought like 3 boxes when I went with Sheila, because there's no Aldi's around this. As far as I know, there's no Aldi's in New York.
No, there is.
So
Yeah,
is
it
there?
is.
'Cause
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
been-
Crazy
there's a lot
enough.
of them. Yeah, there's a lot in New York.
We actually, when we were kids, we used to go to Olean, New York, and that was where Aldi was before it ever came out this way, I guess. I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
But then they started coming around this way, and now I'm over there for limited edition bullshit all the time.
Dude, I go there. I go there to
it.
go shopping. I go there and Trader Joe's. Those are like my 2 supermarkets.
Well, I tell you what, it never hurts to know more people that are surrounded by them, though, because they don't always all get the same shit. Like, some places
they
don't
don't.
get everything that the other ones get. So, like, mine might get, like, the pumpkin cookies, and yours might not. Like, always good to know
Right.
other people that have them around.
Yeah. On the subject of Oreo cookies, what did you guys think of the candy corn Oreos from a few years ago? They discontinued those.
I don't
Yeah.
Do you
remember.
remember
I don't remember
those?
what they tasted like. No, I remember them. I
They
just
tasted
can't
like
recall.
an Oreo.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fine.
I don't remember the cream. Again, like similar to the conversation we had earlier about the Joan Soda. I feel like the candy corn Oreos, I enjoyed them. I really like, and the only difference is it's not a chocolate cookie. It's
Right.
a vanilla wafer.
Oh,
whatever you
right.
call
Yes, I do remember them.
Yes.
Yeah, they were good. They were good.
And I think
I'm
that's
fine
I think that's why it didn't do amazing, is because, again, it's just like, what is a candy corn? It's fucking like solidified vanilla icing, you know? Like, you can only make it so much sweeter or less sweeter to like try to mimic something.
I did enjoy them though, so I can't say I hated the candy corn Oreo. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then last year they had the apple cider donut
Oh, good as fuck. So
Oreos.
good.
Oh,
for the
those
fall.
are fantastic.
We
Yes.
reviewed them, Dave. You and I
Yep,
for the
they're
Halloween
very
special.
good.
We reviewed them, and they were really, really good. Good with coffee. Good by themselves. I really dug them, and I was thinking, I was like, what flavor are they gonna come up with next year? The only thing I could think is if they start licensing like other companies, so like they make a red licorice flavor. Have they done red licorice flavored Oreos similar to Joan Soda?
I don't think they did a licorice one. The thing
I'm sure
that's,
that's coming.
closest to that I've seen them do was a Swedish fish one.
Yes.
Oh, I
yes,
never
yes.
even seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
I tried those. Those were okay.
They're pretty wild.
They're just
It's kind of a weird
It was like
clash.
a fruity. Yeah, it was like a fruity Oreo cookie. That's all I remember it tasting like.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of other flavors similar to Jones that they could do
Right.
for Halloween or for the autumn. For autumn, like something like they haven't done before, something different that I'm trying to think of something that comes to mind for Halloween. Like think about it, a Hostess chocolate, a scary cake. There you go.
Yo, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea. Hell yeah.
Dude, it could be like the chocolate wafer, right? With the vanilla, maybe a chocolate cream, and then a marshmallow little center there in like kind of what they do with the s'mores.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Oreo. Mm-hmm. That would work.
But they have to have airbrushed monsters on them, or no deal, no fucking deal.
To go back to the heart, you've got to have the airbrushed monsters on there. They're not going to taste as good without the airbrushed monsters on the art.
Yeah, man.
But I think that would be a really good.
That would be cool.
I'm sure they've done a chocolate cake, but maybe have it mimic the Hostess scary cake. Right. That would be fucking cool. Someone's got to do like a mock-up. I think I've seen on Twitter or something where they mock up like so movies or something, like horror movie themed Oreos. That'd be fucking cool too.
If you ever go on
bun?
Yeah, there is cinnamon bun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See? I have to try that.
Unfortunately, they don't do them here in the U.S. anymore. They're a Canadian thing only now. But they were here. I think it was like cinnamon roll or something like that. I had them a couple of times. So good. But
yeah, it sounds like that would be good.
If you can get a Connect from Canada or whatever, you'll be sold on them. I was trying to think here. So I came up with 3 different ones.
Okay.
Let's hear them.
And since it's already kind of in the kind of the same league of like a Hostess chocolate cake, I went kind of with the more subtle Halloween flavors, I guess. So this one would be like a devil's food cake. I don't think they've ever done that.
I'm
like
about
something
it.
That's a little more decadent or something. Like I know they have like the chocolate lovers one or whatever that's out right now. It's like all chocolate and like real serious chocolate. I don't know. It might be too much, but I don't know. That's what devil's food cake's all about. But like we talked about before, you throw like like a silhouette of a devil or something on there. Like I'd be sold on that. Fuck it.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
The second one I was thinking, and it was actually because I was thinking about Joan Soda. I think it would be really cool if they did. Now Jones did the caramel apple, and they've done caramel apples before. But
yes.
What if they kind of repackaged it? Like, you know how Disney has like the poison apple thing?
Yeah, from Snow White, right?
Yeah. What if they did like a poison apple, like a candy apple flavored Oreo, but like poison apple artwork on it?
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of sick.
Like a skull, like a little, like an apple with the caramel dripping in the shape of the skull, like in Snow. Like I think Disney, like we go to Disneyland or World or whatever, they sell a candy apple with that same image you can eat. So that would be fucking sick.
I think that.
I don't know if Disney wants to team up with Nabisco though. I don't see them doing that.
Well, I can tell you something right now. You know who has teamed up with Nabisco? Supreme. Supreme put out fucking Oreos.
Right. Yes, they do put out Oreos.
Who hasn't teamed up with Supreme?
Ridiculous.
That's true.
Dude, Supreme puts out everything. They have fucking Supreme Metro card, fucking Supreme toothbrush.
It's all novelty ridiculous. Shit. Yeah. I respect it, though.
I do, too. Hey, man, everyone's got to hustle.
Yeah, whatever works, man. What's your third idea for a cookie?
All right, so they've had, like, pumpkin spice flavored ones before. Like that was I think they did that a couple of years.
I enjoyed that one too.
Yeah, absolutely. But they've been getting into like more pie flavors, like they did blueberry pie and
so glad
apple
you
pie.
said this.
So like if we got a pumpkin pie with that like that graham cookie outside, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like that's a no-brainer flavor there. Why the fuck haven't they done that yet?
Odd. That's
a really. I was gonna ask you if there was one, but you're right. There is a pumpkin spice one. Pumpkin pie. Yeah, that's.
Dude.
I guess that's kind of the cop out is that they do pumpkin spice, so they don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. That'd be honestly even more so a Thanksgiving item than a Halloween item.
Hey,
it's still
whatever.
autumn, so it doesn't matter. Whatever, as long as we get it. As long as we get it, that's all that matters.
I got two. I just thought of on the spot.
Nice.
I want an entire funfetti Oreo. I'm talking about funfetti cookie and funfetti cream.
All right, that would be so. I don't know if you've seen the 100-year birthday cake ones that just came out.
Yes.
Okay, so that's like close, but it's like not. It's a chocolate cookie, So you're saying like a vanilla cookie though, like with the funfetti built into it?
Funfetti, exactly.
So like these new ones, they have like the chocolate cookie with like the little specks around on the outside. And then they have the vanilla and the chocolate center with like little sprinkles built within or whatever. But yeah, I could completely get down with a funfetti, like an all over funfetti one. Fuck.
Exactly.
That'd be sick.
And now my other one, and please, if this exists already, let us know. A fucking donut Oreo.
So to the best,
just a donut.
They did a strawberry donut, and they did a jelly-filled donut one so far.
What? I did not know about the jelly-filled one
either.
That sounds amazing.
The strawberry donut one was pretty recent. I think it was 2020. Or it might have even been 2019. I really don't remember. But I did end up buying like a fuck ton of those at one point in time.
Are they amazing? Because
they were pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, they were really good. It had like the outside kind of had that like glaze kind of flavor to it, like almost mapley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the jelly donut
good.
ones,
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, it does. That sounds real good.
If you haven't seen the jelly donut ones, you have to look that shit up right away. They have like this. I'm pretty sure it's like a vanilla cookie. Then the center is like a vanilla frosting, and the very center of that has like a red dab of like red jelly frosting.
Man.
It's kind of sick looking.
Like they put some effort into creating that cookie.
Yeah,
you
totally,
can tell. Like
totally.
building it, like putting it together. Sounds fucking amazing. I have to
so
to fucking look those up. Dave's looking at them right now.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know these even existed. Oh my
dude, they're sometimes hard to find when they come out. These limited run Oreos, they're sometimes impossible. Yep. Sometimes you'll see like 1 million of them. Or like small batches of them in certain stores. It's fucking drives me crazy.
It's
there's
never
waffle
in between.
and syrup Oreos, and there's Mississippi mud pie Oreos. What the fuck?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I actually, when Mississippi mud pie came out, there was like a whole end cap full of them at Dollar General back in the day.
Wow.
And I completely messed up and just never got them.
Damn.
Yeah, I fucked up real hard on that one.
The waffle one looks amazing too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Waffle and syrup? Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Oreo. That's the one thing you'll learn about us on this episode. We're just gonna keep telling all these companies, stop playing games, bring all this shit back.
Yeah, bring it all back.
Bring it all back, dude. Like, stop with the limit. I get that they want it to be limited, and all these companies, the viral aspect of it is what they really care about, like pictures of these weird cookies and sodas and cakes. But not all of us can get our hands on some of this shit.
No,
like,
I forget about it too.
Yeah, dude. Like when you go to Target or you go to like the supermarket, you don't always pay attention to that aisle. So if I don't look for them, I don't even notice that they exist. So it's kind of a bummer. So they should definitely like sometimes, monthly, every now and then, bring fucking another one of these exotic Oreo cookies back. I'm waiting for them to bring like salty shit, like similar to Jones, like a turkey and gravy Oreo cookie.
Oh, like the savory stuff?
Sounds horrible, but I can see them maybe doing it when they run out of ideas. Like, like I'm waiting for the like Bean Boozle version of Oreos.
Yeah, the gross
some
out.
Some of them are gross, and then some of them taste good. So I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yeah. For me, there's 3 in specific I would love to see come back, and I don't know if they're ever going to. One's the cotton candy ones, then the blueberry pie ones absolutely have to come back. There's a big push for those ones. And then I think my main one, and because I did not get to have them, there was 2 versions of them, but the one I want I didn't get to have, and it was the Fruity Crisp cereal Oreos. So they ended up doing
like
another
Fruity
one.
Pebbles. Like that's like Fruity Pebbles basically, without saying Fruity Pebbles, right? Yeah.
Yep. Vanilla cookie. And then had like the fruity center or whatever. They ended up doing the mystery ones that were basically the same thing, but they did a chocolate cookie. And I don't know. It was kind of weird with the chocolate cookie. They should have just kept it vanilla.
Damn.
Yeah.
These all sound so good.
Yeah,
bring them back, Oreo. Bring them back, Nabisco. Stop playing.
I'm Grizzly B, official spokesman for Hostess Grizzly Chomps, the snack cake for cool bears everywhere. Not bears who dance like this, bears who dance like this. Not bears that hibernate, bears that shred. Not bears who eat honey, When cool bears want a snack, they eat Hostess Grizzly Chomps. Chocolate with sprinkles, tastes great. I know, 'cause I chomp every one. See? Hostess Grizzly Chomps cakes. I start them, you can finish them.
So that was some more of our favorite Halloween junk food. Grimey, thank you again for joining us.
Oh, yeah, always a pleasure.
Blast having you.
Always a pleasure being back.
Obviously, we'll have you on again in the future.
Of course.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Grimey, you always pop up on Haunted Hangover in some way.
Always welcome.
You're always supporting us, and we're supporting you right now.
Hell yeah. Dude. I'll always accept.
Where can people find your podcast, dude?
So you can find the podcast on Instagram pretty easily if you hit up Leftover Pizza Podcast. And there's a link up in the description. Just hit that. It'll take you to the website and everywhere that we are on currently. I believe it's just Apple and Spotify, the basic stuff. We haven't quite hit up Podbean or anything like that. So definitely hit there, check us out there. You can find us on the It's Dem Boys website. Always appreciate it if you check that spot out too. We write a couple of things there if you're not familiar with me. And I swear to God, I will be writing more stuff very soon. I've just been lazy as fuck.
That's fine, man. We all get burnt out sometimes.
Absolutely. It's been a year, man.
Yes, it definitely has been. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Haunted Hangover. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And be sure to check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/hauntedhangover31.
And if you can rate and review us, that would be greatly appreciated.
And remember, the best cure for a hangover is...
More
booze.
Catch you guys later.